Hi, this is Jen from Books, Bargains, Blessings again, and I'm going to show you what sold in the month of June. I know I'm really late on this, but there's some good stuff here, and I hope it will be worth the wait. The first thing I sold was I took a best offer of $8.99 for this. It's a nice shopping tote that says Terrata High School, class of 1976 Hilltoppers. I still have more of these to sell. I can't find them at the moment, but I'm going to get them back up when I do find the rest of them. And this sold 2 streets away from where I live, and I paid probably 25 cents for this. And they're nice sturdy tote bags, so I thought even if somebody had no relation to Terrata High School, there might be some interest in it. So yeah, and 10% of this went to the Dove Center, which is a local rape and domestic violence center that helps out children and women in difficult circumstances. And I'm still continuing my 10% of everything to charity. Next up is this Kentucky Headhunters Electric Barnyard Tour t-shirt from 1991. It's hard to believe that that was 25 years ago. That was when I graduated high school. 10% of this went to a volunteer fire department, and I paid, I believe, 99 cents for this t-shirt. This is a Marion County, Fairmont, West Virginia senior citizen spiral cookbook. I always do well with spiral cookbooks. I don't get a fortune, but they have a pretty good sell-through rate for me, and if I'm making money, I'm happy. I actually took a best offer of $9.99 on this, and I believe I paid $1 for it, and 10% of this went to the Burlington United Methodist Children's Home, and they help take care of like kids who are in the foster care system. I took a best offer of $8.50 on this Pittsburgh Steelers Christmas ornament. I bought it after Christmas one year, and I believe I paid 75 cents for it brand new. And 10% of this went to a non-government agency that helps children in Nepal. This is kind of a fun sale. It's a 1923 loving cup with the names Lieber, Hoffman, Fleek, and it's from the Juanita Valley of Lewiston and Allensville, Pennsylvania. It's about 4 inches high. I bought it. I paid about $3.99 for it, I think. And when I was listing it, I thought, I want to get $29.99 for this. So I thought, I'm going to list it at $39.99 because I bet you somebody will send me a best offer of $29.99. Well, evidently the person who bought it had one of these words in his alerts because it sold within 15 minutes of me listing it. And he said that he was looking for it if I ever had any more Allensville, Pennsylvania memorabilia. And just as I suspected, he sent me a best offer of $29.99. So I got exactly what I wanted for it. And it sold like just so quick that it was really fun. I've had this Cash Flow for Kids game for quite some time. It is the game by the guy that wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and they're out of print, and they do sell for quite a bit. And this, I did take a best offer of $38 because I'd had it for so long, but I only paid $4 for it, so it was still a nice profit. Oh, and 10% of this sale went to the Minnesota Adoption Network. Right after Christmas, I bought a bunch of Christmas candy that, limited edition flavors for, that time of year on clearance. And this was my last lot of 3 bags of Tootsie Pop candies with the Candy King coating. And I sold it for $12.99. I believe I would have paid $2 for these. And 10% of this listing went to the San Antonio Food Bank. This is another fun sale. I was going through some old tubs of stuff that I had put out at yard sales. And I thought, I tried this on eBay some years back, but I'm going to give it another try. This is a 2010 Ponzu rubber duck with a sombrero. It's a Mexican celebra duck from Kikkoman Sauces. You can, it's not going to show you. Let me try. It's not going to show the different sides, but I listed this, and knowing that it did not sell in 2010 for me, I put it up at $14.99. I thought, somebody's going to give me a best offer of half that. I'll go ahead and take it. And in 12 hours, I had it sold at full price, and it went to Israel, of all places. And the gentleman who bought it actually paid more for shipping than he did for the rubber ducky. And 10% of this sale went to one of my favorite charities, which is Nuru International, and they go into some of the most poverty-stricken villages of the world and help the residents there become self-sustaining. And if you want to check them out, nuruinternational.org. N-U-R-U, International. I think I forgot to say on the last item, I got that free from an instant win game that I played online back in 2010. This I did buy full price some years back. I believe it was $70, something like that. It still works well for geocaching, hunting, fishing, whatever sport you're into that you just put in coordinates. And I took a best offer of it of $48 for this, because I did actually win a new really high quality GPS for geocaching here recently, and I really don't need two. So there you go. And 10% of this sale went to Teacher's Supply Closet, which is a charity that makes sure that underprivileged children have school supplies. I took a best offer of $24.99 on this Walt Disney Mickey and Minnie Mouse crochet pattern booklet. I paid, I believe it was $1 for this. I had never seen this crochet pattern before. Not that I am a big crocheter, but I'm pretty familiar with all the fiber arts, and I'd never seen this one. So I was thinking it would do well. 10% of this went to a charity that crochets things for women of domestic violence. And interestingly enough, I got a complaint, thankfully it was in the form of a positive, about how much the buyer paid for this, even though I accepted her best offer, because she said that she found it elsewhere for $6. Well, what I found elsewhere is actually not legal to be sold, because this is copyrighted and you cannot photocopy and sell craft patterns. That's just like a book or whatever. You can't do it. So thankfully I did get a positive for this, but she was unhappy with the price she paid, but that's what they're going for on eBay, because, other sites might technically let you get away with that kind of thing, but eBay doesn't. After Christmas, one of the things that I bought a number of were some little Lego kits. And it's interesting, the Legos themselves have not been a good seller for me, but the coupons on the back have actually been selling. And this, I actually sold 2 lots of these in the month of June. $9.99 for 2 different packages of Legos with the coupons on them. And I don't mention anywhere that I'm going to send the Legos, but I just do as a bonus. And I would have paid a total of 80 cents for this. Well, my next to last of these Mikasa High Spirit dinner plates have sold. This one sold for $28.75. And this is from that batch that I bought, a 12-piece Mikasa plate setting China stuff for $18 for, the 12-piece serving. And, I've made a lot of money on that. and 10% of this went to a food bank. Nothing very exciting here. I paid 25 cents for this sewing pattern. It sold for $7. Usually Daisy Kingdom does a little bit better than that, but I don't know my I don't know my sewing patterns as well as I do like craft patterns. So I'm still learning that, and 10% of this went to a center that helps teach children art. I actually sold a total of 4 of these in the month of June, $13 a piece. I paid $3 for them after Christmas, and buyer pays shipping, all that, so it's really nice. And I love those listings where you have multiple ones, and 10% of this went to an Illinois food pantry. Nothing much here, just a cross stitch kit. I did take a best offer of $6.50, and because I'd had it quite some time, I paid 50 cents, and 10% of this went to a veterans charity. This is something that really surprised me when I found out that it sold. It is just a director guide for Vacation Bible School from the year 2009. And I don't know why anybody wants this, but I got $30 for just the director's guide. And 10% of this went to food for the poor. Another cross-stitch kit, I got $12 for this. I paid 50 cents, and 10% went to the American Lung Association. $2 for this, and I did take a best offer of $12.99, but I had it for a very long time, and I just wanted to get rid of it. And 10% of this went to a program that provides new clothing for victims of domestic violence. This is my big sale of June. I got full price for this Bible. It is from 1996. It's numbered, first printing, first edition of the translation that came out 20 years ago called the New Living Translation. And what's really cool about this is it was bought by a Bible museum, and 10% of this went to the Wycliffe Bible translators, and I actually paid nothing for this. I won it in a contest about 10 years ago. I bought this, and within 24 hours of listing it, it sold. I paid $7.50 for it. It's a vintage wooden plaque that's 9 inches high, and it sold for full price. And I paid $7.50 for it. I think I said that. So, but anyway, it was a quick sale, and it made me happy. This is the final sale I'm going to show you. It's Teacham's Scratch and Sniff stickers, 6 lots of them. Some vintage Scratch and Sniff stickers can go for a lot of money. I actually paid 50 cents for these in a clearance bin, and I got a best offer for $12, which is what I've been seeing these types go for. I've collected Scratch and Sniff stickers since I was a child in the 1980s, and I have a pretty good grasp on the collectability. So I knew I'd get something in the $12 range, and when I got an offer for $12, I took it, and 10% of this went to the charity Corbin's Legacy, Corbin, and it is in memory of a teacher who passed away from cancer, and they make sure that no student has to go to school without something that they need. And of all the times that I have been listing on eBay for charities, this is the first time that any of them have ever sent me a thank you note. And so I made July. All of my listings are supporting Corbin's Legacy. So I would encourage you to check them out. And that's everything for June. And I will be back soon with my July sales. I can't believe it's this late in the month. So anyway, happy selling!